சவுண்டே இல்லை.
Good morning, madam.
நமக்கு தானே தெரியுது, அங்க தெரியல.
தெரியுது இப்பதான்.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
And visually, am I seen?
No, ma'am, video is not on. Yeah, now it's visible and audible.
Okay. Can we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Director Sir.
Ma'am, just a moment. We will start the function formally. We
Yeah.
have a welcome address, others. Then you will be giving your lecture.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. We can start.
Yeah. Good morning and a very warm welcome to everyone. We have gathered today for the awareness speech on prevention, prohibition, and redressal of the sexual harassment of women at workplace, Act 2013. Srimat Jyoti Nirmala Sami, IAS, will deliver the lecture. I now invite our beloved director to deliver the welcome address.
Namaste, Vanakkam. Chief guest for the occasion, Srimati Jyoti Nirmala Sami. Colleagues, dear students, a very good morning to you all. On behalf of Indian Maritime University, Chennai campus, I welcome you all to this talk on sexual harassment. Virginia Woolf, the modernist writer, wondered, why are women so much more interesting to men than men are to women? The answer could lie in the preponderance of thoughts, social orders, and projections based on the male gender point of view. The preponderance is also that man, as a social animal, has remained more an animal than social. The very fact that we need forums as reminders to create awareness and sensitize ourselves on gender equality and restraint towards harassment or proof that we lack social maturity in behavior. India, ironically, has extolled the virtue of women and personified all good qualities in the feminine forms from knowledge, wisdom, wealth, valor. Yet we need these self-checks on our attitudes and habits to recognize and revere the Nari Shakti. Swami Vivekananda said, no man shall dictate to a woman, nor women to a man. Women will work out their destiny better than men can ever do for them. All mischief has come because men undertook to shape the destiny of women. To tell us more on the correct conduct in the workplace and a harassment-free work ambience, we have an eminent and erudite guest today whose words will convey these ideas better. On that note, I welcome Srimati Jyoti Nirmala Sami to IMU Chennai campus and you all once again to this virtual forum. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I start?
Thank you, sir. Before we begin the lecture, I would like to give a brief introduction of our distinguished guest. Srimat Jyoti Nirmala Swami, IAS, is a Tamil Nadu cadre IAS officer from the 2002 batch. Her educational qualifications include MA in History and MBA in Human Resources. She was a gold medalist both in BA and MA. She is pursuing PhD on feminism in Madras University. She started her career as a lecturer in a college and got selected in Group 1 in the year 1991. She worked as an RDO in Kanyakumari district as well as an additional collector in Kadalur and Kanyakumari districts. She joined the IAS in 2008 and was appointed collector of Kanyakumari district in 2008. While serving as collector, she received the Kalpana Chawla award from the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu on Independence Day in 2008. This award is given to a Tamil Nadu woman who engages in daring and enterprising activities. The officer received the award for defying the sand mafia and illicit liquid brewers in Kanyakumari district. Private cases were filed against the officer by the sand miners, but she faced them out. She received Manidaneya Virudu from the Lions Club for saving the life of a pregnant woman by timely intervention during night hours in Kadalur in 2000. She has written poems and articles in Tamil and participated in Sahitya Academy's programs. She has written articles in appreciation of womanhood in Dinamani Magalir Mani, and the articles have been published by Vijaya Padipakam as a book titled Penmai Oru Varam in the year 2017. She received Sister Nivedita Award from Sharda Ashram and Tamil Nidhi Virudu from Kamban Kazhagam in 2018. She has served in the state government in a variety of capacities, including District Collector of Kanyakumari, Director of Social Welfare, Secretary of Tamil State Election Commission, Additional Secretary to Government, Labor and Employment Department, Commissioner of Employment and Training Department, Inspector General of Registration, Managing Director of Tamil Nadu Women Development Corporation, and at present as Secretary to the Government, Commercial Taxes and Registration Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. Her journey to serve people actually started in 1991, and the path of journey is riddled with flowers and thorns. With such a diverse range of experience, she is unquestionably qualified to promote consciousness of sexual harassment. Now I cordially welcome Madam Srimat Jyoti Nirmala Sami to this program and invite her to give the keynote address.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Madam.
And a special good morning to the director and my dear friends there. It is a golden opportunity to talk to you through this video conference. And as an officer, I am identified for daring activities and also, I should say, straightforwardness and honesty. So I feel proud that I have been invited to address you, especially on this particular subject. We are going to talk about sexual harassment of women at workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act, which was passed in 2013. Before going into the act, we should know what is the background of enacting this act. One incident happened in Rajasthan. One lady, her name is Banwari Devi. She is a social worker and attached to social welfare department. And her duty was to protect the welfare of women and children in that particular village. She came to know, on one day, she came to know that a child marriage was going to take place. She went there, she stopped it. You know what happened? She was gang raped. Since because in her official capacity, she stopped a child marriage, she was gang raped. And it came out and some cases were filed. But the High Court of Rajasthan, it took it as a personal injury on her. But the social activists, they were fighting it out and they told it is an official injury. Actually, it happened when she did her duty in her official capacity. So there was a case filed in the Supreme Court. The party which filed the case was called Vishaka. So Vishaka and others versus Rajasthan, state of Rajasthan. This case is the reason behind the enactment of this act. After the case was over, it was vehemently observed by the Supreme Court that the women are not to be harassed in any way, especially in sexual way, when they are doing their official duty. So a protection was to be ensured when women come out of their houses to perform their duties, whatever the duty is. The committee, the act, it has observed so many things which direct all the employers to form protection committee kind. Every employer with 10 or more employees should form a committee. And if a woman is harassed sexually, she can file a complaint, and that complaint should be inquired into within 90 days of time. And after the report is submitted, action should be taken within 60 days. See, employer means it may be a government office, it may be a private office, service providers are included, whatever. There was a complaint that the agricultural laborers are not included. But even with the organized sector or with non-organized sector, the act has got its jurisdiction. So after the inquiry is over, within 60 days, action has to be taken against the culprit, the one who is convicted, of offense. He has to be punished. All the districts should have a committee under the leadership of the district collector. The district collector has got many other members in his committee or her committee, and that committee will have the district social welfare officer as one of its members, and it has the power not less than a civil court. These are all the, I mean, good opportunities given to a woman to protect her rights when she comes out to work in an environment. Let us talk where the harassment starts. See, if a woman is forced to or expected to work under a superior officer, he happens to be a man, and at all levels it can happen. Recently we have come across a case in which a highest level of police officer in the cadre of DGP, he sexually harassed one of the IPS officers who happens to be a woman. So the whole state knows about the case, and this case is still on, and that officer is under suspension. So if a woman is expected to work under a superior officer, there are chances of being harassed. And if she is to work during odd hours, there are chances. And if she is expected to work within closed quarters, there are chances. And also, bodily or as a person, if she is expected to work along with another man very closely, like in case of doctors, in case of labs, and so on, so forth. So, under these circumstances, there are chances of harassment, but these circumstances will not allow a woman to take for granted. Under any circumstances, her modesty should not be questioned. That's what the Act tries to give the right to a working woman. Okay, these opportunities are there. We are not there to prevent them. Then how to prevent? We can read from the right eyes. See, every woman will agree with me that we can read the expectation of a man by reading their eyes. They will start conveying through their eyes. It's vice versa too. So the bad intention of a man can be read through his eyes, and in response to that, we should not give signals. See, once we read that the intention is not good, we have to be very careful. Intentionally or unintentionally, inadvertently, the signals should not be given. And immediately, when you come to know that, when you come to understand that there is something else being conveyed through his eyes, straight away we have to say no in the beginning itself. But after some time, adjusting with some developments, creating hopes, and at the end, if we say that I'm not for it, then things would have developed into a condition which we cannot rectify. So that kind of development should not be allowed. Then how can we identify that? Some more things I can discuss. If somebody praises you unnecessarily, I am telling this to all women in this group. If some man, if somebody is praising us by way of, I mean, you are so intelligent, you are so beautiful, and whatnot. See, if somebody is doing that unnecessarily, something more what is warranted, then we have to be very careful. And if somebody talks ill of his wife, see, a man should not talk ill about his wife. If a man is talking ill about his wife to another woman, the intention is not good. And if somebody takes more care of a woman in a working place, more than what is warranted, that is also to be suspected. And some people, some men, they have the practice of talking with double meaning. That is also to be, I mean, to be looked into very seriously. The act says that harassment is not in the only way that touching or talking alone, by way of signals, by way of gestures, by way of showing colors also. The act talks about colors. See, the obscene things, they are identified with some colors. In Tamil, பச்சையா பேசுறாங்க சொல்லுவோம், மஞ்ச பத்திரிக்கை சொல்லுவோம், blue film சொல்லுவோம். That way, by way of colors also, this kind of advancement can be noticed. The act prevents these kind of advancements also. So, by studying all these signals, we can come to know that somebody is not having good intention. So, how to overcome them? So, convey that I am not interested in the beginning itself, as I have already told. Say that I am not comfortable. We can say, if I am not comfortable, just say. See, we will be having a circle. We call it a personal circle. So, within that circle, nobody can be allowed to enter into. Even the ladies cannot, enter into that private circle. How a man can be coming into that circle? If somebody is entering into that, you can just openly say that I am not comfortable. And I can explain one of the incidents that I came across when I was working as a subordinate officer. There was a commission on important, I cannot give full details, but there was an occasion. Some officers, they came all the way from Delhi, and I was expected to be at the headquarters, and the work was to take place 24 hours. So around evening hours, they called me to come to another place, which I thought, it was already 7 p.m. Why should I come there? Then I told them, sir, two of them, two officers from North India, and they called me. It happened, I can say the place, it happened in Kadalur, and they asked me to come to Chidambaram. To go to Chidambaram, it would take 1 hour or 1.5 hours. It was already 7 p.m. Then I told I could not come. It is already late, so let me come tomorrow. Then they told, no, you should come and explain us things. Then I told, no, sir, I will come only tomorrow. Then what they did, they came down to Kadalur itself, and they stayed in one of the guest houses. And they told, now we are in Kadalur, you should come. Then I told, no, sir, I will not come. And tomorrow only I can come. I don't feel comfortable to come over there right now. Openly I told. Then they told, no, we will write reports against you. They did. They wrote reports against me. But the work that was assigned to me was completed by me in an appreciable manner. But their report reached the commission, and the commission held an inquiry in which I was not involved. They respected me. Without involving me, they held an inquiry. And after the inquiry, they found out that these two officers yet, and see, they were warned. This kind of things, it will happen. Why these things are happening? Why this act is warranted? See, there is a basic truth that man is born to reproduce. Man is born to reproduce. All the times he will be having that intention, intuition, whatever. So those who are able to handle it, they are brought up in a good way. Their mothers, they would have brought up their sons in such a way that they respect the fellow girls, women. But there are some things, some mothers fail in doing this. So some people are like that. So their intention will be all the time at peak, that whoever they see, they will start having that kind of intention, and the circumstances will also force them to do that. But it is on the part of women that we have to protect ourselves, and by following all these, the act is so much in support of us. Same time, I would like to request our women that this act should not be misused. Should not be misused. The very good intention of the act should be understood fully, and at any cost or at any point of time, or by any way, the act should not be misused at all. And we say no, and we prevent these circumstances under which this kind of things can take place. And also, one thing I want to tell you, that we have to be very careful about our dressing. When we come out for working, we have to be very careful about our dressing and body language too. But body language should be in such a way that we are looked to be, respected. That kind of dressing should be there. That kind of body language we should own. So we say no, we protect, we guard ourselves, and we say no. And above all, if something happens like this, then make a complaint and avail the benefits that are provided under the Act. With these words, I conclude my speech. Once again, I thank the director and other teaching and non-teaching staff of the university, and also the students if they have joined. I thank all of you that I have been given this golden opportunity to talk on this subject to my dear women in that campus. Thank you very much. And sir, I would like to tell that I am there to receive some questions if there are. The questions can be put forward so that I am able to answer.
Good morning, ma'am. My camera, unfortunately, I don't know, today it's acting up. Till morning it was working. I'm sorry, I'm not able to switch on. I'm Lekha here. I work for the management department. We have a school of maritime management here. So it's wonderful that you could join us. Ma'am, I was just looking at the other side of the picture because I've seen a lot of cases where this particular this provision is being misused by a lot of young, I wouldn't say young or old, alike, to, I mean, it's bringing more of a discrimination sometimes, I would like your viewpoint on that. It's used to, harass men on the other side, to use it as a weapon against men. Because it's like a double-edged sword. I know always people say every law or every law point can be used both ways. Especially this is very sensitive, and looking at the way that we have had numerous cases where it has been used to harass men on the other side also. And we work side by side with men. A lot of people are there with so much of character. And it's natural. Indian men, basically, they have a protective attitude towards women. So, looking at the other side of the picture, I'd like to just, if you could share your view on that. Thank you.
See, what I told, the same thing I told, that it should not be misused. See, in many cases in which I have come across that the act is misused, it is tried to be misused more than by men, not by women. See, a man who wants to punish another man, he takes into his custody another woman, and he is misusing. In official capacity, I have seen so many such cases. So misuse is not only done by women but by men also.
Mhm.
So the very purpose of the act should be understood by all. And
Correct.
see, I have conducted so many inquiries as the chairman of this kind of committees. And when I come to know that it is misused, straight away we cancel, we reject the complaint. So it is
Mm.
also happening. See, the officer, the district collector, or the officer in charge who is taking up the inquiries, he or she should be very careful that the act is not misused by anybody.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. The sensitizing the entire community is, I think, very much a need of the hour, starting with school, actually. If it,
Yes, yes.
thank you
See,
so
you
much.
say that, see, we are very, very proud that Indian society is respecting women and all. But recently, the American embassy it has given a very bad signal, stating that the American women are not expected to go into the deep villages of India. It should be avoided.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is a
Yes,
very
yes.
bad signal.
Yes.
See, they judge us by way of the reported incidents. So
Yeah.
we have to be very, I mean, it is sorry state of us. So uh, we
Yes,
have
yes,
to
in
think
that
twice.
way, yeah, the image of the nation is actually made up by the stories which reaches the
Which are
far corners
reported.
of the we reported.
See, I have put in 30 years of experience. I can say that so many men officers who have been moving with women with so much respect and with no, they will respect the women. No, they treat them equally and they see them as their own sisters and all. So many men are there, but sporadic incidents would be there. See why this act is there. See, a woman should not, no, she is not expected to adjust with any man, since because she is forced to work under him or along with him. That is the main idea of this act.
Yeah, the idea is to give protection to
Yes,
that group of people who
yes,
may otherwise feel threatened. Absolutely.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Any
ma'am.
other question?
Yes, ma'am. As a matured woman, we know that there is a kind of this kind of harassment is happening, and we are ready to complain to the committee also. But there are girls who are very hesitant to come and register their grievances, like the girls of adolescence age. If they are facing the problem and they are unable to express the grievances, how one could identify? And actually, what is the role of Visaka committee here in this situation?
Oh, okay. See, adolescent girls, they don't come under this because we have got the child labor. So under Child Labor Act, the adolescent girls they are not expected to work. Okay, and there is a different act to protect them. POCSA is there, as we know. So, in all aspects, the Constitution is trying women, whoever she may be. See, whether adolescent, whether working woman, whether a senior citizen. See, domestic violence is act is also there, under which we can even file cases against our brothers. It's not only against a husband or a father-in-law or a brother-in-law. Even against a brother, one woman can file complaints, under Domestic Violence Act. So, in many aspects, women's rights or women's safety, it is protected. So for adolescent girls, there is another act. That's why in all the working places in schools also we are giving them the contact number, to file complaints and all. So we have to see we are mothers of girl children. We have to teach them. So nothing need be adjusted. That kind of message it has to go to the youth, especially the girls, young girls.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other thing? Girls are
Director
not
sir,
minding this.
I think men should be asking questions, sir.
Can you hear me, madam? I am
Sir.
Basha. Madam, what I feel that the Indian culture wanted to make a woman to be more humble, more obedient. These thing is really making all the situations. So the women of India must think that they are more independent. Their thinking should be more independent thinking. They should not have a dependent thinking. Secondly, they must expect from every man, whether you love me or not, but you must respect me. Otherwise, I will not leave you. So the respect from the men must be given to every woman, irrespective of whatever may be the woman, whether a woman is a very poor woman or very old or anything. Especially in India, we are thinking that the woman is like a god. That is only we are in the thing, but we are not. That is a minus point of the this men. And one interesting thing I want to tell you, madam, there is one our branch, Indian Maritime University in Calcutta campus. There, what happened, madam? All students were given a training in the kickboxing. All the training given to the first years for the kickboxing. So the most of the girl cadet come from Calcutta. You can see that they are more confident and they don't. They will give a punch. That's all. Any disrespect from men, they don't even complain. The men will complain that madam wo to humko maar diya, like that. So I feel that women should not expect that somebody will protect. They must become very strong and they must just give a blow. So you should not. They must push them back to the line of control. So they have to. That is what I feel, madam. Thank you. But definitely, the men of India will be definitely respecting a woman, and we will not be creating any situation so that the women will feel no discomfort. After all, they are our mother, they are our sisters, and so that is there. The problem happens with the people, like in Tamil Nadu, madam. You know that there is one thing called as a TASMA. So the people go to TASMA. I mean, we don't expect any decent behavior from those guys actually. The problem starts from them only. So the woman has to become very strong. That is what I think. I want your opinion also regarding that, madam.
Okay. I totally agree with your opinion, except one or two,
Yes.
over which I would like to come out with my own opinion. Okay.
Yes.
See, a girl is expected to be humble. She can be humble, but only to her loved ones. At home, she can be humble to her father, to her brother, even to her husband. But the same thing she need not continue in the workplace. Okay, when she comes out of home to work, she should start thinking independently. That kind of message should be given to her mind in the childhood itself. If her mother behaves in such a way, then what? Then the girl will receive the message from her mother. And the respect part, see, women are worshipped as gods. See, gods are not to move. Gods are expected to sit in the sanctum sanctorium,
Yeah.
and people will worship gods.
Yeah.
But women are not. The request from our side is not to see as gods.
Yes.
Let us be seen as human beings.
Yeah.
We are human beings.
Yeah. Really.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, see, independent thinking, it starts from home.
Yeah.
My only strong opinion is that we need not adjust to others because we are forced to work under certain circumstances.
Yes, agree.
Okay, and
Yes.
about task mark, you made a comment, but as a government officer, I cannot comment on
Yeah,
that.
yes. Yes, madam.
I reserve my comments.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Okay, and we call it, when somebody is coming out to work, the men should not see her as a common property.
Yes.
In Tamil, we have got that word poramboku. Anybody can claim. Anybody can claim. Anybody can put hand. Anybody can, do whatever they want.
Yeah.
That kind of thing should not be there.
Yes, madam.
So the minds of both women in terms of being independent and men in terms of respecting others, it should
Yes.
change.
Yes.
That is my view. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you a lot, madam. Thank you a lot.
Thank you. So
Any questions
whatever,
from audience?
yeah.
Murthy sir, you are muted. Murthy sir, you are muted.
Yeah. Madam, good morning. I am Dr.
Morning.
Murthy from Marine Engineering Department.
Yes.
I was also placement officer looking over the activity. Now the men, women and girls, they are equally competing with the men, especially in the special areas like defense and maritime sector. Now companies are also encouraging the girl cadets also to be to take this profession. So now they in that profession they need to compete with the men. So, what is your advice regarding how they can cope up the pressure, work pressure?
So you want to know how the pressure can be tackled by men when they are
Not
competing with women.
women, because they have to equally compete in the workplace where both are working in the same workplace. So, in this, especially in these areas like defense and maritime shipping areas.
Actually, the physical strength,
Yes.
it is no longer required for working in any circumstances. It was there, why women were expected to cook at homes and why men were expected to go out. They had to hunt and they had to deal with the equipments which required physical strength and all. After the invention of guns and all, even if a muscled man is coming in front, a woman can handle it if she has a gun. Okay. And also, physical strength is not at all required nowadays. Mental strength is all the more required. And see, the war front, going in the front and doing something, See, more than our army, we can see so many women are there in American army. And one more incident I can tell. See, Mary Kom is there, and
Yes.
some other wrestlers are there. Can somebody from a common man from Tamil Nadu, being a man, can he compete with her?
So, women also should be moving
They
like
can,
men.
they can.
They have
As
to
soon
move.
as, yeah, they can.
Yes.
See, an officer, a professor from your side, he himself told that in Calcutta, girls were given this kind of training.
Yes. Yes.
See, we can improve, but we are not interested. That's
Yes.
all. We are not interested. See, I was given Kalpana Chawla award, not because that I competed with somebody and I won the, competition. It was given to my mental strength. See, some mineral dadas were there, that illicit transport of sand was there. I completely stopped it. Illicit brewing of liquor was there. I stopped it. I used to take so many raids. I went all alone. I could do something. So, in appreciation of this only, government of Tamil Nadu gave me that award. It was not for my physical strength. It was given to in appreciation of my mental strength. Okay, so many officers are there. Why I was appreciated? Since because I showed out my mental strength. So physical strength is not at all appreciated nowadays. And that brain, it's all brain power is equal to both men and women. So I don't see that there are shortcomings when women come to work in this kind of forums, I should say.
Yes, madam. This message should be conveyed to the in the future. That we have to convey this message.
Yes.
Thus,
Physical strength is not at all
not that.
appreciated nowadays.
Yes. You rightly said that we have to massive bring forward this message to
And if
all
it is needed for things, for going for shipping and to work in defense areas, we can still, we see more women in American Army. As I told,
Yes.
in many occasions, you would also have come to know about
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes.
So now in India, we are picking up. Women are coming up more in number. So if it is needed, definitely we can improve our physical strength too, on par with men. Okay.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. I think I have given my views, and you people would have appreciated my being here. And I would like to hear some words from the director. Then I can take leave from this session.
Yeah, absolutely, madam. It was quite an enlightening talk. It was more, it was so informal and gripping. I must say that it took really appreciation from our side to sink it in or to take it in well. I'm sure that all our staff had enjoyed this talk, and I thank you from my side. Yes.
Sir, it was that was one. Some time back there was an occasion that I should have participated. Sir, I missed that, so I made it a point that I should take part in today's program, sir.
Absolutely, madam. You are welcome to the campus. We will find another occasion to have you with us. That's a promise. Definitely.
Much pleased, sir. I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Dr. Tangalakshmi, we can wind up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam, for your valuable suggestions. I now invite dear admin, Dr. Bhuvaneshwari, to propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, you are muted.
Ma'am, we can't hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, Dr. Tangalakshmi.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Dr. Bhuvaneshwari coming on, or
I think there is a technical glitch. Madam, we are sorry for that. Anyhow, this was a wonderful session. We are all gripped by your words. It was very useful, not only to the women, but also to the men. And we, as director promised, we will meet again for another such a forum. I wholeheartedly thank our director and VC madam for arranging such a wonderful program. And I personally and on behalf of our university, I thank you for your time, valuable time, suggestion. Amidst your busy schedule, you have allocated, and you were very enthusiastic in during communication also. You have very much cooperated in spite of your busy schedule. And I thank our dear admin madam for this all kind of coordination and everything. Again, I thank everyone for this program. Thank you very much, ma'am. We will meet again very soon.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you very much, director, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.